Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls 2. So last time we did Forest of Fallen Giants in its entirety and now it's time to head to a new area and that is No Man's Wharf. So if you're watching this and you haven't already done Hade's Tower of Flame, you will need to do that. So make sure you do that first of all. It's in part two question mark. I'll link it for you in the cards above now. But I know sometimes people like to start with Forest of Fallen Giants, and sometimes people, like me, like to start with Hade's Tower of Flame. So just to confirm, we've only killed one boss in Hades, and it was the Dragon Rider. There is another boss there, Dragon Slayer, but they've put a great big heckin' dragon in the way of it, and I just think it's worth leaving him until a little bit later, till we've had some time to get some vigor and some adaptability. So we're going to go back to the Tower of Flame bonfire. And from here we can get through to No Man's Wharf. No Man's Wharf is an area I'm going to say they did make easier in Scholar of the First Sin because they added a pretty good shortcut. If you do die to the boss of the area, they've made it a lot quicker to get through it again. But that is about all that No Man's Wharf has going for it. It's kind of full of some tricky situations, so this is how we get there. Once again, this was after Dragon Rider. There's a little shiny at the bottom of the stairs here. Monastery Charm, which is Monastery Charm here. Cures poison and restores HP. So poison, not so much in this area, but definitely in some upcoming areas. You're going to probably want to have those on your bar coming up. The enemies in this sort of underground area are the same ones that you would have seen in Hades Tower of Flame, these big sort of golems. So because we have the dual maces, we are laughing, apart from the fact that we have low agility still. So I've mentioned agility a few times, but just to confirm, having high agility gives you basically more seconds, or milliseconds I should say, of immunity when you roll. So there's a couple shinies in here we may as well pick up. Ooh, a halberd. Everybody loves a halberd. And but I mean, we're using the dual maces. You can feel free if you want to try out the halberd, see if you like it. If at any point you pick something up and you want to try it, please do go ahead. But I'm just sort of showing you what I think is a really easy way to get through this game. You can explore this all. You can go up to the left here. There is is this where the lift is? It kind of all looks the same. Alright, so the left here is the lift. Left? Right? Oh my god. Haven't had my Weetabix this morning. On the right is the lift. On the left is not the lift, it's this nerd, which we're going to try and fish for backstabs on by just getting behind him, and that's not going to work, is it? If he doesn't block, we can get some good stagger damage. Anything that has, like, armor, basically. Any armored enemies, you're going to absolutely annihilate them with the dual maces. At the minute, I'm just using the LB attacks. Sublime Bone Dust, worth picking up here. Especially since this guy isn't that hard to take out. I was really hoping for backstab, but it's fine. I just find enemies with a shield, like if they block you, it's a pain. It's almost like better to go for the back, but it worked out okay. But yeah, Sublime Bone Dust once again makes your heal far more. Like tripped over my words there. Makes your heal for more. Speaking of heal, I'm nasty like this. When I start with a cleric, I like to just prioritize the spell when I'm safe, the Estus if I've got no more heals, and life gems while in combat. Estus while in combat is always really tricky. It's really slow. You can obviously increase this. ADP increases this, or attunement increases this, but agility, I should say, increases this. In this water, careful, because obviously water hinders your movement, so you will be moving slightly slower. There are some seemingly dead guys that aren't actually dead guys that will rise up. So you just want to take this slowly. You want to try and like pull one at a time. It doesn't help that I've got this like particle effect around me that's sort of... What's the word? I got distracted by the basilisk. Yeah, so maybe we can avoid pulling him. I was sure there was another guy in the water. Oh no, here they are. They're round here. They're round here. Yeah, so basilisk! So you might recognize these guys from Dark Souls 1. They're the exact same. They do the exact same thing. They have a cursed breath if he wants to breathe on me. They have a cursed breath. Is he gonna breathe? He doesn't want to breathe. I didn't want to kill it! Okay, this one apparently doesn't breathe. He has no lungs. But yeah, cursed breath, big, sort of brown, golden brown cloud. Just don't stand in it. Just does it easy, don't stand in it. This is another statue that you will need a fragrant branch of yore to get through. And when you get up there, there's some goodies up there. So we will go up there eventually, but don't worry about it just yet. We're going to go this way towards this big hole in the wall. There's nothing in there. I'm sure there used to be something in there. And this is No Man's Wharf here. Apologies for it's taking... I had a bout of stage fright this morning and I struggled to press the record button. So I think it's just taking me a wee minute. But as soon as we, we'll get into it. I have the luxury when streaming of I always say to people, it's well, we'll just do a warm-up. We're having a warm-up. But I don't really have that when I'm recording, so we're right into it. So yeah, words are sort of hard at the minute. Right, No Man's Wharf, welcome. Immediately there's a guy shooting at you. First main hazard here is the water. There's a couple instances where you can fall into the water. Don't do that. Insta death. Even if it looks like it's not that deep, it's super deep. There are a couple places where, for example, there on the left, I think you can go in there and it isn't that deep, but just try and stay out of the water unless you can see the bottom. There guy shooting fire arrows. There's guys shooting fire arrows. There's guys who throw oil pots at you. If you get hit by an oil pot and then hit by a flaming arrow, you will explode. Which is not a good time. Does sound like a good time, but it's not. So we're just gonna take things easy. Should be a little dog. There's a dog. Right, the dog hasn't really clocked onto us yet. Here we go. Oh, flipping Dark Souls 2 targeting, eh? Dark Souls 2 targeting. Here we go. Right, just avoiding this guy with the flaming arrows. If we're gonna go for full exploration here. This guy up here has a bow as well, so be aware of him. Yeah, again, watch you don't fall in the water. This first house here, more people who look dead but aren't dead. And still aren't dead. Love a bit of stun lock-in. The only thing is with the maces, when you go for the dual, when you go for the LB or the LT attacks, it's a bit slow. But it looks like we got those two down. We can have a little heal here. We've still got that guy up the top with the bow. So back in here. Every time we switch back to our maces, remember to hold Y to go back into power stance as well. Oh, he's jumped down. How kind. Because the maces have quite a short range, you might find that you'll hit something, but it might not do a ton of damage. That's purely because you're doing a partial hit rather than a full hit, and you need to be a bit closer. Chest in here is perfectly safe. And inside we have a Titanite shard, useful for leveling up your weapons. Personally, we are on to large Titanite shards now, because we've got +4 and +3. But Titanite shards, never going to say no. You might want to try a different weapon. You might want to try that halberd. So this guy here is the same one we saw over there, but I feel like it's a little bit easier coming from this direction, because you can sort of take out this guy first, sort of maybe take him back into the building there. And that way you don't have to worry about the archer. Okay. Oh, backstab? Nice. So if you're struggling to get backstabs, it's sort of I find it's more of a preempt thing. Even though it doesn't maybe look like you are square behind someone, if they're sort of twisted. I don't know, just practice it. You'll get a feel for it. It's quite hard to explain. If you're using a shield, if you're doing sword and board, remember you can't backstab while you're holding your shield up. So you'll need to drop your shields before you try to go for that. So that might be why. It took me a while to realize that, personally. You will see a lot of these oh god, don't fall off the edge. A lot of these torches, these pyres. If you want, because this place can be kind of a maze, we can just go back to the bonfire. Don't rest, obviously, because that'll respawn stuff. Go back to the bonfire. We can toggle with Y. Oh, sugar, I rested. I am the expert. Literally the expert. Toggle light torch. So we've got almost an hour on the torch. That's no bad. That's no bad at all. So everything's respawns now. If we put our torch away to bring out our other mace, it will go out. So I'm just gonna try and get this guy. You can roll and stuff holding a torch, but you can't, like, put it away. Dogs. Dogs. Just gonna light this here. Yeah, this area is a good area to bring a torch through, in my opinion. Both for sort of lighting it up, for keeping track of where you have and haven't been, and for one other reason coming up later on in the area. There's a few reasons why you might want to have a torch. Okay, so once you've lit one, you can go up to it and light from it. Yeah, we'll just go this way this time. Oh, that guy's got incredible aim. Almost as good as my articulation this morning. I rolled and that still hit me. I love this game. I love this game. I actually do love this game. I'm being sarcastic. Oh, balls. Where did you come from? That you from... Oh, goodness gracious. Don't go in that room. Obviously, the two guys in there. I just want to light some torches, man. It does pay to... There you go. There you go. So even though I was sort of like to his side, I knew that I was kind of behind him. Oh, I've killed these guys. I'm sorry, I feel like this is kind of sloppy. I feel like this is kind of sloppy. I should do a disclaimer at the start of the video. Rachel didn't have her flippin' shreddies this morning. I guess the biggest piece of advice for Dark Souls 2 in general is never be afraid to take it slow. If you're struggling with an area, here's our bowman. If you're struggling with an area, this game does have a limit on how often enemies can respawn. So there's an area coming up around midway through the game in particular that I know I'm not alone when I say I prefer to clear out the enemies there rather than actually try and take it easy. I just know it would be quicker if I just kill them. Right, so, okay, we'll leave the torch for just now. Leave the torch for just now. We can see down here there's a shiny there and we can see the bottom, therefore this water is safe to go in. Soul and a life gem. Life gem's always useful. Soul's always useful. Worth picking up. This here, this like drawbridge there, you can kind of see that's going to be our shortcut, so you can see how close that is to the bonfire. That'll be, obviously that's the end of the area, we'll end up there eventually. Coming up here, we've got one guy there, two guys there actually, two guys over there, and then I'm sure a guy comes down the stairs. There's quite a lot of people that come here. This guy maybe jumps down, so we're just going to take it slow. Just going to take it slow. If you've got some kind of like ranged, I've got a wee witching iron here. We can maybe try and pull people this way, rather than without a body. Is he gonna... Or we can just YOLO it. You can always control enemies by using buildings. Dark pine resin. Nice. Resins are going to be useful on the maces. Give them an element. Yeah, use buildings so you sort of funnel them. So they have no choice but to go up the stairs there. Oh, didn't see the other one. The guy is he's like patiently waiting for his friend to die so he can get to me. Throwing knives would have been good. Would have been good 2 minutes ago for pulling. Alright, and we got a guy in there. Okay, I'm gonna grab the torch. I'm gonna grab the torch again. Perfect. I just like lighting the torches. Like I said, it's got 3 benefits. It's got 3 benefits bringing fire with you in this area. It stops it being too scary. Is mainly the reason I'm using it at the minute. Curiously, there's a body in that like little hut there. Oh! Oh my god, I was thinking about the body in the hut. Of course, I literally said this guy jumps down. Watch out for this guy. I'm sorry, I felt my life flash before my eyes. Yeah, watch out for that guy. Do as a do. Do as a, sorry, do as a say. That was a do. Maybe I should restart. Alright, but yeah, No Man's Wharf. No Man's Wharf. I really don't like this area. I like what they tried to do. I like what they tried to do. Emphasis on tried. Bring the flame with us. Let's go. We'll be okay with just the one mace for a bit. We have to bring the Olympic torch to its destination. You've got 3 choices here. A wee crossroads. You can see a guy with scimitars up at the top there. Dogs. My own dog is crying outside. Dogs. Guy with scimitars at the top there. You can see some boxes at the right there. What we're going to do is first we're going to go left. Oh, this guy here. Hello. But yeah, going through this area slowly is the biggest piece of advice I can give you, and mostly for this whole game, really, because there's a lot of ambushes, a lot of guys that look dead that aren't actually dead, etc. There's Lucatiel. Have we met Lucatiel yet? Oh yeah, we did. We met her in the Lost Bastille. So this is the second time we've met her. So she'll be here. I want to say she won't be here unless you have met her in the Lost Bastille, which is why I am recording these episodes in the order that I am. But I could be wrong, she might be here. I just always tend to do Pursuer, Lost Bastille, meet her, go to, no. Right, talk to her. Actually, we didn't talk to her in Lost Bastille, did we? Because we ended the episode. Well, there you go, that proves it. She's here. She's here, she's here.
I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way.
Well, actually, I,
You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. But you... I'm called Lucatiel. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the rumors did not prepare me.
yep, I'm just going to go ahead and put the voice up a little bit, because I feel like she's quite quiet.
You are an odd one
God.
indeed.
That's better.
I've always made a point of avoiding people, while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed.
Yeah, so as with any NPC encounter in any of the Dark Souls games, keep talking to them until they start repeating themselves.
You are an odd one.
Okay.
I can see. I come.
So she's agreed. She's agreed to help us, which means she can become an NPC summon for us. She's very good. We love Lucatiel. Lucatiel's a good girl. Destroy these bookcases, and there is a shiny 3 human effigies there. Gonna come in very handy if we do want to summon Lucatiel later on. We've got this guy here. So we saw him from the foot of the stairs. I'm not sure his friend beside him is going to let us get this backstab. However, let's just see if we can. There we go. So, dog. 2 dogs, in fact. I can't find the door. Where's the door? Right. Don't get Lucatiel hurt. We're just going to go way down here. Funnel them down. I've still got the torch. Then we can fight them one at a time. Best way to go for the dogs is to wait for them to attack, dodge them, and then hit back. Because if you go straight in, they tend to be able to stun lock you quite easily. Alright, ooh, got the helm. It's like a Viking-y helm. So that was just up here. I just went back that way just to sort of funnel them a bit better, to sort of crowd control them. I would love to light a torch there. There we go. Okay, I can get my mace back out. Right, so yeah, I sort of tackle this area sort of from left to right. Go in every house, light the torches so you know which houses you've been in. A good rule of thumb is as you're going up the stairs, just sort of peek around, because quite often there's someone at the top here. But this one's empty, so we're good. And then we go into the next one. Just taking it slow. In here. Looks like we're good. What do these say? I forget that Dark Souls 2 is back online, which is actually awesome. But I spent like the first few parts of this walkthrough saying, oh, but you can't play online, so it doesn't matter. And then like the week after the servers came back online, after like 300 days or something. Crazy. Like that. So the reason I'm choosing to not go that way with the dog that has 3 frames a second. Look at it going. Is because I wanted to just show you if I just go up here. Oh, wait, look at this guy first. Ah, exactly. Wanted to just show you what we're going to be dealing with down there. So we've got this guy who's throwing oil pots, his friend to the right of him who's shooting flaming arrows. So that is what we're going to be dealing with down there. So you want to always keep on the move. There's cool things to pick up down there. So we are going down there. But oh, where did you come from? What are you doing here? I missed. My tiny little mace. I missed. Yeah, we are going to go down there, but it's err on the side of caution. We've got 3 dogs as well. Oh, I can't believe that hit me. It's honestly, I can't believe that hit me. Oh, we're running out of heals. Obviously, if, like we're clearing everything here. So if we do get this far and die, it just means that we don't have to do the whole thing. I shouldn't have rolled through that flipping oil. Now I'm covered in oil. Now I'm covered in oil. Now I'm covered in oil. Watch out for the fire. Dogs, pay attention to me. They were a little bit fascinated by the... My character's like death screams are really loud now since I put voices up. Oh, the maces. They do wreck, but they do have their disadvantages. God, the like death scream is so loud now. Yeah. I was pretty confident about this being one of the best ways to play Dark Souls 2, but there is no best weapon, there's no absolute best, like, no disadvantages way of playing, unfortunately. I just know that there are certain parts of this game that are really difficult with other weapons, but these weapons absolutely wreck. For example, the first boss we did, there's another boss coming up that is actually like 3 bosses in one, and these maces do really well against that boss. Otherwise, that boss can be quite tricky. But yeah, there's a lot of like heavily armored knights tend to be quite plentiful in Dark Souls 2. So that was the thought behind picking the mace. But unfortunately, for places like No Man's Jobby, Wharf, flipping died again. Places like No Man's Wharf, they have a lot of these little dudes that like to ambush you. They can fall short a little bit. Unfortunately, no real way to do this quickly. Not while I'm doing the walkthrough anyway, so I'm just gonna just do it all again, I'm afraid. I think if you had a problem with repetition, you probably really wouldn't be playing Dark Souls, like, especially not Dark Souls 2. A lot of bull heckery in this game. A lot of starting again, a lot of defeating the same enemies again and again. But I've got, yeah, I'll keep you company. I'll keep you company. Maybe you're watching this while you're playing. I think that's really cool. Oh, I was trying to heal. Could do with some more stamina. Definitely dual wielding, very stamina intensive equipment loadout. I'm gonna just pop some throwing knives. I've got 7 of them. Onto my... Oh, guys, do you know what would be really good? A firebomb. Firebomb would be really good. If we can get next to the oil, if we can blow up the oil, that would be cool. They don't seem to want to go near the oil, though. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. And now I've got the... Hey, we got one. We got all 3. Ah, it's hard to fight 3 at once, man. I'll take that trade. I'll take it. Oh, dogs have a high chance to drop human effigy. That's awesome. Either human effigy or large souls, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Be wary of the archer and the oil guy. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. This is why I like to use life gems, because literally the Estus is so slow. You can't do anything, man. Okay, so we've died a couple times here. We may as well just go ahead and pop a human effigy because we have loads of them. And there we go. We're nice and pretty again. And we've got our full health bar back, which is, I guess, more important than being pretty, but maybe different things mean more to you. Who knows? But we're going to head back to where we died, get our souls back. Basically, again, biggest piece of advice, take this area nice and slow. If you want to just quickly like pop on a shield in your left hand, just to keep things like nice and safe. Here's a good way to do this area. Just keep your shield up at all times because you get ambushed a lot in this area. So that might actually work a lot better for you than the dual maces. Just give it a try. You might prefer that playstyle for the whole playthrough, and that's totally cool. Love a sword board. Love it. Except, well, we've got a mace, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm going to take this nice and slow, carefully, get back to where I died. You should do the same if you do die. And I'll see you when we got to where I got to. Hey, watch out for this guy. He surprised me last time. Look at him hanging over the edge. We're just gonna see if we... let's get him. Let's get him. Where's he going? Where are you going? Can I backstab you? No. It's fine. But yeah, I'll cut this. I won't make you watch all this again. Okay, here's where we died. We have these 3 dogs. Archer, oil man, and man in the back with a sword and shield. Yeah, this area is pretty crazy. It's pretty unfair. And because it's so dark, we can't really target that far ahead. So I was going to say, so by the time we can actually target a dog, we're going to be getting the ranged guys on us. So there we go. Managed to get one of them. Got my shield just to keep us a little bit safer. Oh. There we go. It's crazy dogs can bleed you through the shield. But yeah, that's cool. 3 dogs down. Then we got this guy here. Watching out for the archer. Whoa! That was a lucky swing. Guess I went too close to the house. Yeah, just keep moving. Oh, it does a surprising amount of damage. Another archer over there. I actually forgot he was there. That's why this area was so crazy. You've got this guy here too. But just keep moving. The shield is a really good idea here, actually. I probably should have said it sooner. There's our souls back. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go kill this guy just so I can think in peace, and then we'll talk about what that is over there. Couple guys here. Snoozing. Excuse me. Okay, wait. There we go. We're just gonna... The oil guy has come down. I thought I would get a nice peaceful execution on them without any bother, but here we are. Oh, here's this guy. Nice, peaceful. There we go. Look at me covered in oil, so if we get hit by a fire arrow, we're in a lot of trouble. We're going to explode. It's going to do tons of damage. There's a chest back here that has an armor set in it. Is it barbarian armor? Brigand, that's it, Brigand. Brigand, Dark Souls 2 version of Barbarian. And then we're gonna go up here. Ah! What did I say? Slowly peek around. That guy was waiting to ambush us. So you get him, there's a chest up here, and our friends are outside on the balcony. Wait, what? Repair powder and a titanite shard. For some reason, I did the like grab animation, but she didn't grab. Oh, he's kind of... Well, I exploded. I did say we would explode. He's kind of fallen off the edge a little bit. That's quite tricky for me to hit with my little... Let's get the shield. Let's get the shield. Yeah, our oil guy is still there. It was a different guy. Oh, he's fallen. Okay, that's actually easier. He's fallen. So we can get this guy. And even though I was hitting him... Ah! Out of stamina! You run out of stamina. You're left wide open. Okay, we're just going to keep guarding. He's got me with the oil. Let's go for heal. Okay, jeez. If you're blocking and they hit you and your stamina exhausts, you are left so wide open, and he was able to almost kill me there. So even with the shield, it's not truly safe, I'm afraid. Right, the first thing I want to point out is out here, there is a... I'm gonna get revenge on this guy first, one sec. I couldn't see a guy with his back to me and not want to stab it, man. Wait, no, I need to, no! Oh, for flip, it's fine, we'll get this. Smooth and silky stone and a soul of a knight. Sakes, eh? That wee hollow shouldn't bother us, that's fine. Oh, who's this? There's flipping there's people. There's people playing online now. I'm gonna have to play offline in case we get invaded during the walkthrough. That's so funny. Yes, this thing here. This is a Pharaoh's Lockstone. So we found one of these back in Forest of Fallen Giants. You put a stone in it and something happens. So before, we were able to destroy a wall and we got a ring from that. So that was pretty good. This one, I'm just going to tell you what this one does. This one lights up the area. Lights up the area. We do not have a Pharaoh's Lockstone, so I couldn't do it if I wanted to. But in my opinion, not a great use of a Pharaoh's Lockstone at this point in the game. You'll want to save it. Definitely use it in Forest of Fallen Giants. That's a good use of it. Or save it for later. But you should use the one in the forest as well. Alright, I want to continue lighting up my torches. Except I didn't get that one up there. So I'll light this one here. Oh my goodness, who did that? Who did that? Who did that? What the flip? I'm so confused. Wait, was I covered in oil? Did I? Oh, I stood in the oil, didn't I? A cautionary tale, friends. I think I stood in the oil. I must have. Whoa! My god, this game. This game. Oh, how did that hit me, sir? How did that hit me? Gee whizzles. Gee whizzles, man. Gee whizzles. So we didn't go up this way before, so there's still going to be a guy in that house and a dog there. Can I get this dog, please? Thank you. I think the guy... Oh! Wow, the damage. And another dog there. Right, we're going to nope out of here. We're just going to run as far back as it takes. We're just going to run. If you need to orientate yourself, just run as far back as it takes. Okay, let's have a heal. Get our shield out. And take it from here. That's me out of Estus now. But we can maybe try and get the shortcut before we run into trouble. But the more progress we make, for example, we don't need to go that way with the 3 dogs and the oil battles and the dude anymore, because we've been in there, we got all the stuff from there. Like, we don't need to go that way anymore. So we are still making progress. even if we do die. We'll get back to where we want to be that little bit quicker. So we've been in there. There's nothing in there, actually. That's where we were before. That building there, and then we went up there and we cleared out that guy. This... Don't stand in the... Don't stand in the oil. That was where we wanted to go. Where that guy jump scared me, because I have no object permanence, apparently. Okay. It's targeting that guy through the building. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, this is where we want to go here, sort of up the stairs here. So I have my torch with me. I've like lit this one here. So I have my torch with me up here. Very important. Up here, you're going to encounter a new type of enemy. These are, actually don't know their name. They're like cursed kind of guys. They hate fire. They hate it so much, which is great for us because we love it. We love it. If I'm not mistaken, it doesn't last forever. So capitalize on it. Get some damage in, get them down. They've got loads of health, 700 health. But we're just gonna... Is there anything I can light here just to sort of save the flame? No. Nope, nope, nope. We're just gonna bully this guy, just absolutely bully him. With our mace, one-handed. Because they won't give you too much bother if you're holding the torch. That was the biggest reason, really, that we were bringing the torch up this far. Emit Force, Medical, if you're using medicals. We started as the cleric, but haven't really used any medicals, if you did want to try out using some. This door in here opens into a room that has more of these cursed dudes. You want to open it and then immediately run back, because he does do that every single time, so... oh, he doesn't seem too bothered by the fire. Doesn't seem too bothered. You just don't seem to mind, do you? You love it. So they're quite slow, but we're just going to attack a couple times and then just get out of there, because there are two of them, so you don't ever really want to try and get greedy. Separate them if you can. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my shields. Just because they do a bleed, and I don't really want to be bled. Getting my life gems. There they are. Alright, yeah, they're going to bleed me, so we're going to take a little call here. Make a call. Head back. These ones are not bothered by the fire. Alright, get my mace out. Ready to do some serious damage and poise damage. Yeah. They don't like this fire. They don't want to come near this fire. But they didn't mind my torch. Where'd they go? Oh, they're heading back into that room. Don't think that's good. Don't think that's what I wanted. We're not going to go back in there just yet. I didn't realize those guys they must be the water Pokemon lovers. We're going to go this way. Just to be note here, because I did actually forget to come back here, but if you do go inside and kill the enemies, you can get a great sword, which is a really big heckin' ultra great sword. It's quite difficult to use, but it does a ton of damage and poise stagger. So if you like a great big weapon, head in there and get that. Get this guy down. Because we're out of Estus, we've got a decent amount of souls, we're going to prioritize now opening the shortcut. So this way, don't worry about that room. Up here, take this slowly. There's a guy up the top. Take it slowly. Here he comes. There's two, actually. Jeez, there's two. You can sort of catch them as they're coming down. They take a minute just to come around the corner kind of thing, if that makes sense. So you can hit first. Round here. And up here. Don't think there's anyone there. Nope, we're good. Okay, so pull this. Rings a bell. And this ghost ship down here will now activate. So that ship will dock there at the dock that you can see, and the boss is aboard. So that's us unlock the boss essentially, but we still need a quick way to get back here from the bonfire before we inevitably die. So we're gonna forego any sort of risk at the minute. If you go down this way, treasures abound, but it's got a pretty tricky fellow if you go down that way. I think the easiest way to do it is maybe if we go... Let me have a think. We could just run. I mean, it's risky, but we could just run. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. We're gonna do... Let's get the shield out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get the shield out. What does this say? Jumping. A jumper. I wanted to see if we could see him. He's a very spry lad that will ambush you down here. So this door, this room, of course, was the room we came in before. Let's get a plunge on attack on this guy. Oh, didn't plunge. Do not open this door. There's no reason to go in here. There's just some enemies in there. Visions of guts, therefore don't give up. I missed messages so bad. Our aim is we do want to get down there. There he is. You can see him sort of clinging to the ceiling there. So we're going to try and avoid him. Get down there without taking too much damage. Just plotting out my route. Yeah, let's go this way. So aim for the rock. Aim for the rock, stick to the left. Come down here. Right, perfect. Now we're going to go this way. Make a beeline. No matter how many people you pull, it doesn't matter. This is the shortcut. This is way more important, even if you die. You've done it. You've heckin' done it. Perfect. You've done it. Now you'll have a million things coming after you. Including the spry fella, this guy. So you might die. I'm probably going to die. Yeah, run out of stamina. But, like I said, mission accomplished. That was the smartest thing to do in that situation. Just make a beeline for that shortcut. Now we can go straight to where we were. Or straight to the boss if we like. I'm going to get us back to where we were just to for the purposes of showing you the extra things that were hidden up in that area there before we jumped down. So I will get us back there if you give me just a minute. Okay, here's where we took the shortcut. I guess it's worth pointing out over here this way is an NPC up here by this little wheel thing. He will only want to talk to you if you have a certain level of intelligence. Oh, we've got a mob coming, one sec. I believe it's 7, but I could be wrong, which I don't think we have.
I see light, but it remains dim. I am Carillion, and I've no interest in the magic impaired.
Okay, so basically, we're a dum-dum. We've only got 4 intelligence, or intellect, whatever you want to call it. He's a sorcery trainer, so his little hint there was like, you need more intelligence if you want me to be your friend. That can be something that we can look into, getting a bit of magic, for sure. But definitely, like, maybe we can sort of respec halfway through the game. But I definitely want to have this dual mace scenario for a few bosses coming up. Or maybe we can go kind of hybrid. Try a few different things. Yeah, the world is our oyster, my lads. This guy hanging. Let's get him just nice and slow. One dude at a time. Oh. Tendency to, I guess, throw yourself off the ledge when you're fighting enemies near an edge, especially if you're locked on, so careful of that. Struggling to plunge attack in this game. Right, coming up, I mean, we just ran past this. Total beelined past it. On the right, the way to the boss. On the left, some treasures that we missed. So, coming up, we have buildings on the left and right here. Oh, we've got this lad! Right, I'm just gonna get my shield out for this guy. He's jumped down. Right, very fast attacks with those claw weapons. So we're gonna make him bounce off our shields and then punish him there. Fighting in the water, that really worked really well because he can't move very fast in the water. Worked for me. Oh, I've lost my torch, which is not what I wanted. So let's go back and get the torch. We've got more of these little cursed dudes. I can't remember what they're called. So I'm sorry. I'm sure their lore is that they used to be pyromancers. And that's why they hate fire. They used to be pyromancers. Yeah, here we go. So 4 hits of the mace full stamina bar. Should do them. We can actually get backstab on them as well, which is a one-hit kill if you're positioned correctly. So there's 2 in that room. Oh, and actually none in that room. I'm sure the original version of Dark Souls 2 had 1 there and 2 over there. I digress. Right, so that's that done. Back up the stairs. So we're sort of going backwards now. We know there is another guy sort of hanging out on top of the rafters there, but I'm just going to show you this. Ooh! Whoa! This building here. So first on the left. Inside we have some dudes up here. If we want to just get rid of the torch there. And another dude. Oh, it's Gavlan! That's right. Gavlan's here now. Gavlan wheel. Gavlan deal.
Who are you? I, Gavlan. Gavlan wheel, Gavlan deal. Gavlan
Sugar.
wants soul. Many, many soul.
Right. Sorry, Gavlan. We're going to have to cut that short. We've been invaded. I knew this would happen. Yes, I'm going home. I'm opening this shortcut here beside Gavlan. Because I've been invaded, so I'm going to have to deal with that. I should have hit... That second hit should have hit them. Yeah, well done. Well done. I've got tiny little maces. Right, so that second shortcut you probably won't use as much, but it can be quite handy just to open it anyway. Gavlan, I wasn't done with him yet. Wasn't finished with Gavlan until we were rudely interrupted, so... Right, I've restarted the game and gone offline, which if you're playing on PC you have to do through Steam. Playing online is kind of fun. Obviously you get to summon people. PvP can be fun. I never feel like I'm properly equipped for PvP. Like that person is never going to run into my maces in the same way as like an enemy would, really. I can never really be bothered because I feel like I'm never prepared for it. But that's the whole point of it. But yeah, it can be fun to play online, but if you want to play offline on Steam, you have to restart Steam itself in offline mode and do it that way. If you're playing on console, I believe you can just you like turn off your network on your console. But yes, so I'm going back to where there's my souls there where we died. It's a good idea just to die somewhere where it's not too difficult to pick up your souls. Like if you're gonna die, which, let's be honest, I kind of always resign myself to dying when I get invaded. At least die somewhere convenient. Okay, this guy up here, and then Gavlan up the top. Gavlan is gone. Gavlan's gone. That's so annoying. That I'm really annoyed. So he's gone to his next spawn point. Invaders, man. He's gone to his next spawn point. So if you die or rest or whatever after speaking to him, he moves on. Don't worry, you've not lost him. You're fine. It's just annoying because I wanted to show you. He sells some stuff. He sells stuff that removes poison. He sells a ring that improves poise. Poison. I've never made that connection before. But also he's the only NPC in this game that allows you to sell stuff to him. You can sell anything, I think, to him. Any weapons you're not using and trade for souls, essentially. This red meter is bleed, so when that gets full, it takes a chunk of your health, and also in Dark Souls 2, it affects your stamina, makes your stamina bar smaller and recover slower. So it's not a good idea to get bled, if you can avoid it. I'm just lighting this up here because I like lighting the torches, because I'm like that. Right, this building here, we didn't go in here before. We're going to go in here with our shields. Just make sure everything's okay. Everything is not okay. It's full of jars. So rudely awaken these guys. Rudely awaken these guys. Aha! Okay, so break these jars and you get poisoned. Poison in this game is really scary. Really, really scary, unlike the other Dark Souls games. So you can cure it with the coin that we found earlier, or if you have bought any of the green moss clumps from Gavlan, that'll also work. But yeah, poison in this game is really scary. It's really good. So chest here. I just broke those jars because I was already poisoned. Fragrant branch of yore. So for removing those statues. This first one, very important. We're going to keep this one. This wall here looks a bit sus. Because it is sus. Crystal lizard here. I forget, some walls you attack and some walls you just press A up against. I don't understand why they did both kinds, but yeah, crystal lizard here. Titanite shards. We've got fading soul. Large soul. Some life gems. Another soul. And then in the chest at the back, if I'm not mistaken, it's an Estus flask shard. No! Royal soldier's ring. So that is for equipment weight. Equipment weight. Increases maximum load. So, like, means you can have heavier weapons and not fat roll. We're going to use a throwing knife just to get this. There you go. You can use your weapon, but smashing it near you will get you poisoned. So our weapon isn't long enough to smash with our weapons, but we've got throwing knives. So then we get more throwing knives. And a flame butterfly. Flame butterfly, I think that's the first one of those we've picked up. Yes, so this means you can start a torch. Not from the bonfire, just from wherever you need. So worth picking up, maybe? I don't know. You might need it. You never know. You never know. All right, and with that, that is No Man's Wharf. Pretty much done. Yeah, all shortcuts unlocked. All of the treasure obtained. And yeah, boss unlocked, shortcut unlocked. Let's heckin' do it. But first of all, we have a lot of souls from a lot of exploration and a lot of death, so we're gonna celebrate completing this area. There is obviously one last little bit just before the boss, but celebrate that we've done most of the awful stuff. And we're gonna go and bank these souls back in Majula. So as always, souls priority should go into number 1, upgrading your weapon, and then number 2, upgrading your character. So one of the big things I was really struggling with there was stamina. So we're going to level some stamina, but first I just want to make sure if we can put any levels into our weapons, then that's what we want to do first. We can, because I have 1 large titanite shard, so I can get my second mace to +4. Nice one.
I'll be around.
So we can't buy large titanite shards from him. Only the small ones. So we'll need to find some large ones. Our 2 +4 maces is really good for this stage of the game. So Emerald Herald.
Seek less.
Bear seek last. Upgrade Estus Flask. We do not have an Estus Flask shard. I couldn't remember if we picked one up or not. Just always try it. Aha! 10 vigor and 10 endurance. No wonder I was having so much bother there. So now it's time to give a little love to these stats. I'm going to say endurance. For me, I'm going to see a lot more worth from endurance. I'm going to put a couple into health, and that should do us for now, I think. Yeah, if you're using a big weapon, or in our case, a dual weapon setup, you're going to need a lot of stamina. But then the trade-off is you get to wear heavier armor, which does mean that if you do sort of like with these sharp maces, so you're right in the thick of things, if you do get the odd hit, you take less damage because you've got better armor. Hey, because we're waiting to do the boss, I'm going to pop a human effigy just to get my health back. And let's go, give it a go. So this boss's name is the Flexile Sentry. It has 2 faces. One side has maces and the other side has scimitars. So the mace side is slower, but if it hits you, it knocks you down. The scimitar side is faster, and if it hits you, it does bleed damage on you. All the while through this boss fight, the arena is going to be filling with water, so it's sort of a DPS check. If you're unable to kill the boss in time, the water will start, like, if it gets to a certain height, it'll start affecting your ability to move around the arena, so it does get a little bit... yeah, it's a little bit of a DPS race, really. But we should be no bother because this boss is an armored sentry and we have dual maces. So I think we're going to be just fine. You could make a beeline straight for the boat, but I recommend just clearing this dock because the boat they have made really annoying. Now, there's a summon sign here for Lucatiel if you do want her to come and help you with the boss. I have no reason not to summon her, I guess. Yeah, why not? Lucatiel gives you her armor if you summon her for 3 bosses in this game. It sort of completes her quest line. If I'm not mistaken, she has to survive the encounter to get her quest line. So we're gonna bring her. She's definitely gonna help us, especially with this all the mobs on this boat before the boss, as well as the boss itself. As always, when you bring an NPC summon or a player summon into a boss fight, that boss will have 50% more HP. If you bring 2, it'll have 100% more HP. So, going for crowd control on this boat. First of all, going to the left and getting the backstab. We're just going to stay back here and wait for this next guy to come. There's also a guy on the dock. If you can get backstabs, it gives you precious time to sort of look around you and see what else is coming. There's a guy just on the dock, just chilling. He doesn't want it. He's resetting. I think he's resetting. That's fine. Okay, because we've got this big giant guy up here. Big giant guy. I don't really know what to call these guys. But they throw fireballs at you, and they have these really long weapons. So again, we're using the shields just to get behind him. Lucatiel will do a good job of tanking, but you don't want her to take too much damage. There we go. Twilight Herb. Cool. Right. So, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Okay, cool. I'm sure in New Game Plus there's like a red phantom here and it's quite difficult. Let's go, Lucatiel. Into the boat. Into the boat. So down bottom level here, which is weirdly bright for like the bottom of the boat. Oh, there's a light there, of course. We're going to switch to our dual maces. Heal up if you need. I'm going to heal Lucatiel. Here we go. Just heal her a little bit of health she was missing. Let's go ahead and put on some gold pine resin if we have any, because this boss is standing in water, which means it's going to take more lightning damage, so that's worth doing. I'm just going to get rid of these just so I can switch between my heals nice and efficiently. Alright, yeah, so we're mainly going to be focusing on the mace side of things because the scimitar side is harder to deal with, but because we have an NPC summon, it can be quite unpredictable. So if we ever do pull the scimitar side, what you're going to see me do is I'm going to try and circle around and reactivate the mace side. But it's easier probably just to show you. So let's go for it. And all the while, don't take your time. You do want to be pressing the attack because of that water. So we dodge and then hit. Dodge again. There we go. I've got no stamina, so sometimes you won't want to take the hit. Alright, he's going for Lucatiel. Careful though, because oh yeah, this is really weird with an MP. She's not doing anything, man. She's just tanking for us. May as well get the damage in. Really good damage. Okay, he's back on us now. So yeah, dodge the hit. Dodge the hit. See what he's doing. Sometimes he has a third. Go in and take a hit of your own. Oh, she's activated the other side, so you can kind of see. Oh, don't kill it! Oh, sugar, I didn't mean to kill it. I didn't mean to kill it. Hopefully that was coherent enough. You can kind of just hang around the side that you want to activate. Sorry. Just like circle around to the other side. And just dodge the attacks, and when you've got enough stamina to return fire, you can do so. But yeah, you can see the water sort of filling up. Really cool mechanic, but does get quite stressful if you take too long fighting that boss. We're going to take our prize, and that is a Pyromancer Flame, if they've not changed it. Yeah, Pyromancy Flame. So we can do a bit of Pyromancy. Fun fact, this chest used to be right here. But people must be coming up the ladder and then going straight to this and missing the chest. But you can see that it still has like a shadow, like a dark bit where the chest used to be. I think that's really funny. But they moved it here, which was a good change. But yeah, so you come up to this thing, examine this thing. We have our heading. Now we are going to sail the boat. I am the captain now. Look at me. Look at me. Wait, who's steering this thing if I'm at the front? Lucatiel. It'll be Lucatiel. It'll be Gavlan. And yeah, that was the boss of No Man's Wharf, and that was No Man's Wharf in general. We are going to make port in the other side of the Lost Bastille. There's two ways to enter the Lost Bastille. So this is the, I guess, the front door. The one we found last time was the back door. So we find ourselves at the front door now. But we'll be tackling this next area in the next part of the walkthrough. Thank you for your patience with this one. I know I haven't really quite been myself today, but hopefully it was helpful. And we got through, in my opinion, one of the worst areas in this game together. There's a lot of really unfair areas in this game. So yeah, that's that done. And on to, I like this upcoming area and this upcoming boss a lot. So please look forward to that one. You can subscribe to make sure you don't miss it, and I'll see you then. Cheers.